Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading, so if you want to see a message from the cards, please come on in, have a seat, and we'll get started in a moment. Just a couple of housekeeping things, usual little things here. If you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons. That way you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I've included links to my social media as well as a list of the decks I'm using for this reading. So if you want to see the supplies I'm using up close, if you want to get them for your collection, if you have one, if you're starting one, whatever, it's all in the description, so check it out. I am available for private readings. If you feel that I can help you with anything, I'm happy to do so. And I do kind of want to explain what happened last week. Very basically, I had a lot going on. I had family over. There was some Easter holidays tradition stuff that I wanted to be present with. So I decided to take a break from filming. Honestly, really did not have the energy last week either because I wasn't feeling my best either, which that's a whole other story we don't need to get into. But I'm back. Things are fine. Things went well with the holiday and everything. So yeah, it went really well. For now, I am back to work on my blog, and I have some exciting projects that I'm working on outside of my blog as well. So I'm excited to tell you what those are, but those will come when they are ready. So those announcements will come when they're ready. So yeah, let's get into the card reading and see what we have in store. Okay, let's go. So we're going to start, with Metamorphosis. Okay, interesting card to get right off the bat. Here we go, that's Metamorphosis. Okay, we have Deep Replenishment, which says rest, retreat, and be held. Okay, there's Deep Replenishment. Okay. We also have Lost Lands, which says soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Okay. All right. Okay. And finally, we have Futura, which represents future, choices, and judgment. Okay. Alrighty. So this is interesting because there's been some changes. You're going through a lot of change, okay? And I want to highlight the Metamorphosis and the Lost Lands cards, okay? Because this is something that you're probably having some feelings and sensations, maybe bodily sensation, but certainly intuitive hits right now that are suggesting a change is on the way. A big change is maybe coming into your physical space. Okay, and keep an eye on it. Don't be worried about it so much. But I feel like this is more of an internal change, maybe a sense of spiritual growth. Okay, and this is something that you've felt before. Okay, because we have this Lost Lands card here. This is something you felt before. You've done something like this before, so it isn't it doesn't, I don't think this necessarily feels foreign to you, but you're feeling intuitively that there is something's going to change. Something's going to change. And I do think with this Metamorphosis card, it will be for the positive. There may be some challenging things that happen for you or to you that, yeah, let's go with for you. There may be some things that are happening for you that are challenging, okay? But those challenges are meant to show you where you've grown and where you are growing into, okay? Now what's interesting here is that the way this is going to be internalized, the way that you're really going to internalize all of what's happening to you spiritually, is giving yourself the chance to actually process it, okay? Letting yourself sit and be present and be not necessarily happy or overly positive. You know, keep your spirits high when you can, but also don't use that as an excuse to bypass. Okay. What I'm trying to say there is acknowledge that you're going through challenges and acknowledge the difficulty that may present, but also know that you have the ability to step back a little bit and let yourself process, okay? Because, of course, there will always be these choices. There will always be, there will always be the need to look at your options and pick what's going to be right for you. Okay, I'm saying that in future tense again because I feel a little bit like this period of time is nerve-wracking. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of discomfort. Okay. 7 of cards. Okay. What I want to highlight here, and I'm looking down at this card, is that she's holding this character. The character here is holding two cards. Okay. I'm noticing that she's holding the card for death out of the tarot, and I'm not sure how to interpret the 7 of hearts here. Although I do think there's a lot of again, a lot of spiritual growth happening. So there's a lot to do with your heart center, potentially something with the heart chakra. But this card in front is your signal that things are transitioning and moving forward. Okay. While I can't guarantee that we're going to get the death card out of our tarot, I tend to interpret that card as a change in energy. And so this is definitely a spiritual, it's a spiritual experience, what you're going through right now. Okay. So yeah, there is a lot going on, and I do think you have the ability to be present and to let yourself process what's going on. Okay. I did forget to mention a little bit ago that there is a bonus reading for this video, so that will come at the end, but I do read both Oracle and Tarot, and I like doing that because I feel that it gives a complete picture of the energy. So that's what we just did. We're going to move into our Tarot to see what else we need to know from the message that we got from our Oracle. Okay. So we're going to start with the 9 of Swords. Okay, I'm going to start with the 9 of Swords. Yeah, okay. We have the star. Okay. We have the star. Okay. And we have the Empress. Okay. So right off the bat, I am noticing some anxiety. And that's coming out very strongly with our Nine of Swords here. These intuitive hits that I've talked about from the Oracle are probably stemming from a place of anxiety, or they are causing you to feel incredibly nervous about the things going on around you. Okay, and I do think that is fair. I do think there's a heightened awareness that things are not going to look the same after you go through this portion of your journey. Okay, and it can cause some anguish. I mean, look at this character down here. It can cause a lot of anguish. It can cause a lot of hyper awareness. And I also want to go back and highlight the fact that you are being asked to rest. Okay, give me a minute here. I have a landline posted in here, and I think the battery's dying in the phone because it keeps clicking. So if you heard something like that coming out in this, that's what it was. But I'm gonna take that as confirmation that this message is for you if you're watching it. Okay. Yeah, it there's some nervousness, rightfully. Rightfully here. There is some nervousness. What I need you to understand though is that there are solutions coming forward in this, specifically where abundance is and your creative energy is concerned here. There is a lot coming to you on the other side of this transformation. Okay, I'm getting here because you have the Empress. Okay, it's going to be different energy, but it's going to be very, very powerful. And it'll be very powerful. The thing that you need to do first, the thing that you need to do, the thing that I would recommend you doing is finding your sense of direction again. Easier said than done. But it is that's going to help you navigate the nerves. Okay, it's going to help you navigate what you're feeling right now. Okay, if you looking up and channeling this nervous energy into channeling this nervous energy into a creative pursuit might be helpful. But again, I did also mention resting and being present to process as well. Okay, so this is going to be you know what, I'm just going to leave it there. I've lost my train of thought. Maybe it'll come back to me. But yeah, there's a lot of creative energy coming on the other side of this anxiety. You just need to give yourself a chance to get there. Okay. I think that's where I wanted to go. Okay. Let's see what else we need to see. Okay. What else what else do we need to see? Okay. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense for saying the Four of Pentacles. All right. And we have the Sun. Okay. All right. So I like that we're getting some of this fire energy is coming through. I'm going to bring back up the Empress as well here. Okay. I want to highlight the fact that we have the Queen of Wands and we have the Queen of Suns. Okay, Queen of Wands here. There's where I'm getting the Sun energy. Okay, and outright we have the Sun. We also have this halo energy in this Empress card. There is a lot of light and a lot of warmth and renewal and possibility, especially where your finances are concerned, where your material abundances are concerned. I think this is a very explicit message that you are coming out of a time of scarcity, that your worries about money and about about taking care of yourself, about your abundances, all of those things are going to be lessened after you give yourself a chance to process this transformational period. Okay. There is a lot of growth. Also, depending on where in the world you are, we've just come into springtime. There's a lot of growth. Certainly, I have a garden out front of my house and it is going. Okay. We've also had a ton of rain happening, so that could be what's helping it. It definitely is helping it along. But the point is that there is so much clarity coming through. Okay. To the point that you might need to just sit back and be like, okay, let's go. Let's go. Again, and part of this is happening because it's going to push you out of the scarcity mindset. Okay. Also, we're gonna bring back the Empress card here as well, because you are addressing that with a deep sense of your own creativity. Okay, there is a lot of there's a lot of passion coming through in this. It's bright, it's fiery, it's powerful, and it's giving you the opportunity to really feel that sense of peace and that sense of joy coming back to you. Okay. Yeah, and sense of joy and that sense of peace coming back to you. Now, addressing this Four of Pentacles, I think this is I'm hearing winter phase. Like there's been a dry spell, perhaps in your creative energy, or this is some of you or might be coming out of a creative block in some way. That creative block or that dry spell, it's put you in a state of discomfort and worry. I did mention your finances, but certainly this could be a dead garden reviving itself, a literal garden that's starting to revive itself. But it could be, it definitely feels like there's some worries about your finances coming through here. And your creative endeavors or the things that you're doing for money are starting to pay you dividends or starting to pay off. Okay. Starting to pay off, and you're starting to see how that's coming through. Okay. You're starting to see how your efforts to grow your finances, material abundances, maybe a literal garden. Yeah, you're starting to see how that is starting to pay off. Okay. Let's see what else we need to see, please. What else do we need to see here? Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. Got the Knight of Wands. Okay. Got the Knight of Wands. Okay. Interesting. Also got the Five of Swords. Okay. These are Five of Swords. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Alrighty. So, interestingly, what I find interesting here is that we're going back to our sense of conflict or sense of internal worry here, and that's fair because there's a lot going on. Okay, there's this Five of Swords coming through, so I do think there's been a lot of internal conflict because you're seeing all of this work being done. You're really pushing. You're really pushing for this thing to succeed, but you haven't, up to this point, you haven't really had the confidence that what you're doing is paying off. Okay, and it's put you in a state where you're nervous. You're scared that it's going to fail. You're in a scarcity mindset rather than an abundance mindset. And it's at the point where you've unintentionally stagnated yourself because I don't know what to do. I'm dealing with A, B, and C, and D, and just there's a lot going on, and it feels chaotic. Fair. This transition you're going through this metamorphosis is meant to change things up. It's meant to shake things up because it's happening for you and not to you. Okay. But it does feel like an attack on your sense of stability. And that's where this internal conflict is coming in. Okay. Now there could be people who are in your space that are potentially trying to hold you back. I don't know if that's going to resonate with everybody, but this is certainly a lot of internal, a lot of stuff on your heart right now. Okay. Yeah, just a lot of stuff on your heart. I'm gonna pull up. Gonna go back to the Four of Pentacles. We'll talk about it in a minute. Let me see. Okay. Got a chunk of cards to talk about in a minute. We'll get to that here. What I want to talk about right now is our Knight of Pentacles and our Knight of Wands. I was going to say swords. You're being pushed into action. I say pushed because our Knight of Pentacles and oh, that's weird. Wait a sec, guys. Yeah, you're being pushed into taking action and you don't like it. For my earth signs, specifically Taurus, hello friends, Taurus, but Earth signs generally, all cross watchers are welcome in this as well. You're being pushed into taking action, and I know you don't like it. Okay, I'm specifically saying my Taurus friends because we're slow moving energy, we're chill energy, we like taking things easy. We're very much very rooted and grounded energy. Okay, however, this thing has us stuck, right? The fact that we're so chill and grounded and our energy is like, we want that to be our peace and we want that to be our happiness, but unfortunately it's not right now because things are switching up. Okay, the fact that we have a very bright fiery energy and a very chill relaxed moving energy might be butting heads a little bit here. Okay, it's easy to see how that would be the case, especially if you're trying to figure out what to do next, right? For Pentacles, the scarcity mindset, how are you going to get yourself from here to this restful, happy, peaceful place? Okay, you do need to take action, okay? And it's, you're looking at it from the standpoint of, I feel this energy, I feel it deeply, I feel it passionately, I feel it very, I feel it, I'm desperate to do something with it, okay? What's going to help you is staying grounded and rooted. Ironically enough, that clashing energy between these two that I talked about, it will help you, okay? Because, and I'm saying it that way because we have fire energy with our wands, we have earth energy with our pentacles here. So it's tapping into that fire energy, that passion, that intensity will help if you can keep it grounded and rooted, okay? You do have some clarity cards here. I'm talking about the sun. Specifically, no, what was that other card? The Sun and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so again with the fire, again with the fire energy, again with the clarity, the warmth, all of this. Okay, but keeping it grounded and rooted and as channeled as possible will help. I do think that will help you figure out what you're gonna do next. Okay. Let's sidebar getting into the other deck here, because I do want to talk about the stress aspect of it. It is very prominent in this cards because it's a conflict, it's nerves, it's scarcity. What am I supposed to do next? Okay. Again, we've kind of clarified it a little bit, okay, with our Knight of Wands and our Knight of Pentacles. So stay grounded, stay rooted, but also know that you do have the ability to find solutions where where they're going to come and when they're going to come. Okay. It's there's a lot going on, that it doesn't have to be, you don't have to let it be an ending for you. I do think for a lot of you this is a new and very needed, very, very much needed new beginning. Okay. So let's see, let's get some final cards out of this for our main energy. We'll go into hidden and clarifying energy from there. Okay. I also have the bonus reading if I didn't already mention that. So stay with me on that and we'll get to that very soon. Okay. Also, that's going to be time stamped in the description as well. So if you want to skip over all of this, it's in the description. Okay. To the cards. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups. I love this, guys. The Nine of Cups. Okay. And we have the Lovers. Okay. So that's an encouraging thing to see. I think that's a very encouraging thing to see because we have this Nine of Cups energy. Okay. You can be at peace. You can be at peace. Give yourself a chance to get there. Okay. This card is just on the cusp of some really cool emotional overflow. The Ten of Cups, obviously it comes next in the number sequence, but this transition is putting you in a place where right now, yeah, things are up in the air. Things are weird. We don't know what things are going to look like. But we have the ability to still be at peace because of the Sun, because of the Queen of Wands, because of the Empress. Okay, all of that light coming into you is putting you, it has the potential of putting you in a state of feeling like you're okay. You are okay. You are okay. All right, because you do have such amazing opportunities coming into you. Okay, like I said a bit ago, we've just turned the season over into spring, so there is a lot of growth. There is a lot of there is a lot of growth, and I want you to notice the plant motifs coming through, these flower motifs up here and down in these corners. There's a lot of growth, a lot of new growth happening. Okay, even if it is putting you into a state of nervousness, it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, it doesn't have to stay that way. Let me put it to you that way. It doesn't have to stay that way forever. Okay, alrighty, and it's there. The peace, the love, the well-being of your soul is coming through. Okay. However, and this could be a trigger for that conflict, that scarcity mindset. There is always the choices to be made. You're going to face choices all the time. Okay. For some of you, this could be a new relationship that's causing you to feel a little bit nervous. I always read this as a choice of weighing out like the pros and cons of a situation, realizing that you will always have choices to make. Okay, for now, you're being encouraged to let yourself rest and be held and be at peace. Okay, because the sense of metamorphosis and change isn't happening to you, it is happening for you. Okay, so let's see some hidden energy, please. What is going on underneath all of this crazy, amazing, beautiful change? Okay, interesting. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming out again. This is the Knight of Coins. Okay, here's our Knight of Coins. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. Okay, and the Emperor. So I can put this card down and show you this card, the Emperor. There's definitely some things to do with your finances, abundances, materials. Kind of harped on it, but that's the kind of thing coming out in this reading here, because we have the Knight of Pentacles. So it is a time to take action. Okay, there's been some action needed in addressing what's going on with you financially. Like I said, I've harped on it. I'm sorry if it's getting annoying here. However, you also have this Nine of Pentacles here as well. So it's you've addressed what you need to address. You've taken action. You've taken action in a way. You've taken action, and you're getting to a point where you potentially don't have to go as hard. I feel that for some of you, you've kind of bought into the hustle culture idea, which is okay. All right, make your pay your rent, do your thing. Okay. You don't have to hustle as hard. You can take a break. Okay. You can, you can enjoy what you're building. Okay. And it's okay to slow down a little bit. Okay. When, because you have this Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Coins coming through, there will be a time where you go for it and do your thing and get done what you need to get done, and then there will be times where you will need to pull back and you will need to you will need to rest and let yourself process. But it's also a good time to enjoy what you've built. Okay, again, this creative energy, this Empress energy. Emperor. Guys, I just realized you have both the Empress and the Emperor coming through. Hold on here. I'm getting excited, as you can probably tell. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but let's get into our Knight of Wands. You have the ability to tap into your creative energy as well. Okay, you have that in spades, and it's intense and it's deep. Okay. Sometimes I feel like this is a modulation thing. Okay, and by that I mean that sometimes, like I just said, sometimes it will be go get it done. Other times it will be okay, pull back a little bit. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Now let's get to the reason why I'm getting excited, because you have this creative energy coming through with this ability to, like I just said, modulate it. Okay. Though, again, like I said, there'll be periods of time where you let things just grow and open up and be, just be present with the moment of creation, but also know that even if you have the ability to sustain that for a long time, doing that may burn you out, and it's probably a good idea to pull back where you need to. Okay, and you'll know what that looks like for you. Okay, so that was our hidden energy, very exciting hidden energy. I'm happy to see that. Let's see what is in our clarifying energy. What do we need to see for everything here? Okay, so we're gonna start with our Devil card. Okay, so we have the Devil. That would make me nervous to see that. Okay, Devil. We have Two of Wands. Okay, there's Two of Wands. Okay. What did I say about modulation? We have Temperance. Okay. Alrighty. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Okay. So what's standing out to me right now is that you will always have choices to make. Okay, again, we're going back with the choices here. In this case, what you're being presented with is the idea of the world is at your feet. The world is ready for you to explore it. And it's been there, okay? But there's been some things that you've had to let yourself process and heal from. And it's your choice, okay? Again, the gates are open to you. It's time to let yourself be present, get down the road when you're ready to, okay? The thing is, okay, part of that choice is nerve-wracking. You don't know what's going to come for you. You don't know what's going to happen, okay? Does anybody know what's going to happen? I don't know. I can't predict it. I'm not here to predict it because that's not my job to. The thing with that is that I think you've gotten yourself into potentially a little bit of analysis paralysis where your situation is concerned. Let's put you in well, specifically with this reading, it's kind of put you at a low, okay? And by that I mean that your energy has felt stagnant potentially. You're not. What I'm trying to get to is that it's felt like you've been held back, whether this is an actual situation outside of you that has done that, or whether you're doing it to yourself. I think given that I did mention a lot of internal conflict earlier, I do think this is possible. It's possible that your stress and anxiety has done it to yourself. We're gonna pull up our double card here. That stress and anxiety has held you back enough that it has kept you from really facing your truths. Maybe that resonates. It hasn't really let you process the growth and the change that you're going through. Okay, again, you're presented with a lot of really cool opportunities. You also have the Ace of Pentacles coming through as well. So there are opportunities here, but choosing which one is in alignment with you might be a bit nervous. It might cause you a bit of this conflict, to the point that I think before you might have let yourself feel stuck in that. Okay, you might have let yourself feel held back by those choices. Okay, now that things are changing, now let me remind you, you have the Empress, you have the Emperor. Okay, so creative abilities, the ability to take all of this and order it in a way that makes sense, remove the blockages to help you go forward. You have that ability. Okay, you definitely have that ability. But it is going to require you to figure out a balance. Okay, how far do you push? How much do you pull back? Okay, modulating it and figuring out what that's going to mean for you will need to happen so you can internalize it and move forward as you need to. Okay, so there is our main reading. Thank you for being patient with me through all of that. Let's get into our bonus reading and see what we need to see here. Okay. So for a bonus reading, we're going to start with Come Together. Okay. So we have Come Together. We have Answering the Call, which says, what is your soul calling you to do? Okay, what is your soul calling you to do? Okay, all right. We have You Got the Love, which represents Hadrian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Okay, so there's You Got the Love. Okay, and we have Manara. This represents waiting, patience, and determination. Okay, so to give, there's going to be a period of time in your space, and if we can tie this to the main reading, there's going to be a period of time either during this transformation, this metamorphosis you're going through, where you will have to be patient, okay, either with other people, with yourself, completely separate. This could be a completely separate issue from our main reading, so take this as it resonates. Again, you are being called to move forward. Okay, there's something in you that's saying, I gotta move, I gotta do something, I gotta do this with this energy. Yeah, you're being called to do something with that energy. Okay, but it's, yeah, again, modulating it. Okay, it is tied to this main energy here. Again, modulating that energy is going to be necessary, especially if you are working with others in this. You're going to have to let this grow a little bit, let this bloom, okay? Because you're definitely asking, I think some of you are asking for help in terms of what you want to do or what you should do. Maybe you're looking for advice, okay? But sometimes you're going to have to assert a boundary into how much you're willing to accept as far as this help here. I'm bringing up this Come Together card because I do think that some of you are reaching out for that. It's just a matter of understanding what you're willing to accept, okay? And what you are willing to do to, what you're willing to accept. Also, what you need to do to really be sure that this energy is right to move forward on. Okay. Hope that made sense. Let's get into our, let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay. All right. We have our Two of Swords. Okay, we have our Two of Swords. We have our Knight of Cups. Interesting. Okay, we have our Knight of Cups. We have our Queen of Cups. Okay. And we have our Seven of Cups. Okay. So there's a lot. The choices are coming through here. There is some hesitation because we don't have a lot of the information we need just yet. So yes, it is going to say, it is going to be about pulling back, modulating, letting yourself get what you need. Okay. And again, we're getting that from our Seven of Cups here as well. There's a risk of choosing the bright, shiny, pretty thing, which is fine, right? But because you don't have all of the information just yet, it's feeling hard to look at what we have in front of us. Okay. And I always advise to really be careful with our Seven of Cups here, because there are things there that they're bright and shiny and pretty, but they might not be good for us. So gather what you need to make this Seven of Cups energy really work for you. Okay. But you also have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So the risk with this is that you're making the possibility of you making a decision that is based on the emotion. That's very real. That could be a good thing. Okay. But it can also turn into the negative, especially if you really jump the gun. Okay. Here's our Knight of Cups energy. So that's why I'm saying it's all very much a heart over the head issue. What I'm hearing is you're leading with your heart. Not a bad thing in most cases. Okay. But you want to be aware of the Seven of Swords. Two of Swords. Seven of Swords. Okay. Mixing up the cards here. This Two of Swords energy, there's a lot. There's some unknowns that you're having to battle with, and just making a choice, if not the right, excuse me, making a choice on the random without really thinking about it might not put you where you want to be. Okay. The other thing I'm tapping into here is that yes, you're very much a heart on your sleeve kind of person, and that's okay. That's totally okay. I'm the same way. I get you. I feel you. I can kind of see where you're coming from. Okay. This is where you thrive. Okay. You as a person thrive with a lot of empathy and leading with your heart. However, where making this choice and acting on it is concerned, there might need to be a balance of head and heart. Okay. And again, that can be a challenge to come to, but it's a challenge that is happening for you and not to you. Okay. So that is it for this reading, guys. Thank you for being patient. I know we kind of got off on some tangents here, but I appreciate you letting me talk. I haven't done it in a week, and I'm feeling a little bit out of practice. In any case, I hope this reading was helpful and resonant for you. Please check the description for all of the links, decks I've used, how to get in touch with me if you want a private reading. I am very grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to you guys for being here with me. Thank you so much. I will see you next week with a new video, but until then, guys, stay safe. I love you lots. Bye, everybody.